What we have before us now is a small, very precise Netsuke carving of Jurojin, who is one of the 7 lucky gods imported to Japan from China. The carver, Suzuki Tokoku, was born in 1846 and lived to about 1931, which means that he was active very much at the end of the Netsuke carving tradition. He started his career in the 1870s in Tokyo, where he was largely influenced by an important carver, Ozaki Kokusai. Kokusai himself was the leader of a school of carvers, or a group of carvers, not formally a school, but a group of carvers who had a particular liking for stag antler, and they carved with great wit and with quite a lot of literary allusions in their work. So Tokoku himself began to carve under that influence, and his first works were probably less figural and more what we call manju. Manju is a Japanese rice cake, and manju netsuke are basically in the form of a bun, either oval or circular. And he would carve those in a variety of materials. This is very typical of the Meiji period between 1868 and 1912 and later. We have seen this with another Netsuke in this series of talks, the Jugyoku, and Tokoku would have certainly carved things such as, there's a famous alms bowl in wood which contains little objects in other materials, jade, lacquer, metal from memory. He was a very, very able artist who was skilled at working in more than one material, and very much enjoyed doing so. In the case of this Jurōjin, this lucky god, he has put carved a very large gourd behind him, which you'll see in the 3D version as it revolves. The gourd itself is almost as large as the god himself, and would have contained quite a lot of sake, no doubt. It's held by a long red tasseled cord, which is in fact lacquer. So this is one of the inlaid elements that he liked. That lacquer cord is wrapped around the middle of the gourd, and the gourd has a tiny little ivory stopper. The subject matter that Tokoku liked, the figural subject matter that he liked, was largely of these lucky gods and Buddhist patriarch Daruma. He would probably have been carving Netsuke that were never going to be used, because by the time he was working, certainly by the middle of his career, most Japanese had given up the kimono altogether.